Good morning, class. In the last lecture, we derived the expression for the jet transform, and we also learned it is defined for the discrete time signal. So, Fourier transform is, once again I am repeating this thing. Fourier transform is valued for the periodic continuous time signal, and Laplace transform is defined for the continuous time signal. DTFT is defined for the discrete signal, and jet transform is defined for the discrete signal. DTFT is defined for the discrete time aperiodic signal, and jet transform is defined for the any discrete time signal. Now we need to compare. We need to compare. We need to compare the ROC. Compare the ROC of Laplace transform. Laplace transform and jet transform. First of all, we need to know the different structure of ROC for the Laplace transform and also jet transform. Then we need to compare the Laplace domain ROC and jet domain ROC. Now, what is the ROC for the Laplace domain? For the Laplace domain. Laplace. ROC was the sigma j omega. For some signal it is sigma is greater than 0. So it is the right hand side signal. If sigma is less than 0, so ROC is defined in this domain for the Laplace transform. Now in jet transform, ROC for the jet domain. What is the structure for the jet domain? ROC. So what is the condition to find the ROC of any signal? Condition was sigma n is equal to minus infinite to infinite mod fn r to the power minus n should be less than infinite. So r, what is r is the, from this expression we find the range, or we can say the value of r, and it should be the ROC for the Fn. Whatever the given signal Fn, we need to find the range of value r, and that value of r is known as ROC of the given signal Fn. Now we also know that ROC is equal to r is equal to e की power sigma. What is sigma? Sigma is this axis. In Laplace transform, sigma is horizontal axis, and in jet transform, what is r? R is the ROC of the given signal, and it is related to the value of sigma by e की power sigma. We also know that z is equal to r e की power j omega. So what is mod z? Mod z is equal to mod r is equal to r. Mod z is equal to mod r is equal to r. So value of, yani mod of z is always equal to the value of r. Now if sigma is equal to 0, then r is equal to 1 and mod z is equal to 1. So, and what is the value of z? E की power j omega. So this is the phasor diagram whose magnitude is always equal to 1 and its phase will always be changed. This is the angular velocity omega. So what is the ROC in jet transform? If sigma is equal to 0, then value of r is equal to 1. So it will vary. So what will happen? Magnitude is 1. So magnitude, this is also known as r. R magnitude is 1. Radius of this circle is always equal to 1 and it will move in with angular velocity omega. So actually ROC in jet transform is a circle whose radius is variable in nature for different value of sigma. If sigma is equal to 0, then this, as with sigma is equal to 0 in jet transform, it is a unit circle with radius 1 and its angular velocity will be, the value at point will move in this circle. This is the ROC with respect to sigma is equal to 0. And if sigma is equal to 0, this is the j omega axis and it is equivalent to the Fourier transform. So r is equal to 1 is a unit circle. And this is the ROC in jet transform. If sigma is less than 0, what is the meaning of this? If sigma is less than 0, means sigma is negative, then value of r is always less than 1. So if sigma is less than 0, then all the circle will exist in this unit circle. In this unit circle. So, and if sigma is greater than 0, then value of r is always greater than 1, then it is outer circle. It is very conceptual point. Okay. Now I am going to repeat this thing again. This is the jet domain. If sigma is equal to 0, then value of r is equal to 1. It means value of r is, magnitude of r is equal to 1 and z is equal to r e to power j omega, means this quantity, this expression represent that magnitude of this circle, or we can say the radius of this circle is r. This circle is r. Okay. So if sigma is equal to 0, if sigma is equal to 0, then radius is equal to 1 for the sigma is equal to 0. And for the negative value of sigma, means for the negative value of sigma, if sigma exists from 0 to minus infinite, then circle will exist interior. Interior of unity circle. Okay. So for sigma is less than 0. Whatever you will take the value of sigma for less than 0, if you take any value of sigma which is negative in nature, then the ROC will be inside this unit circle. Why? The ROC will be inside this unit circle because if sigma is less than 0, then magnitude of r is less than 1, which means the radius of the circle is going to be less than 1, and if radius is less than 1, then this must be exist in this circle. Now if sigma is greater than 0, then the radius of circle is going to be greater than 1. So sigma is greater than 0, means in Laplace domain, if we take the value from 0 to plus infinite, if we take the value of sigma from 0 to plus infinite, means this axis of sigma, then the circle or ROC will greater than this unity circle and lie in this area, this outer region of unit circle. This outer region is valid for sigma is greater than 0, and this entire region is valid for sigma is less than 0, and this is the unit circle for sigma is equal to 0. Sigma is equal to 0. This is the ROC, region of convergence for the Z transform. Okay, this is the region of convergence. This circle has radius 1. It has radius 1. If we take value of sigma is less than 0, then R the ROC come in this under this area, means this radius is always going to be less than 1, and if sigma is greater than 0, then the ROC will be a circle whose radius is going to be greater than 1. Okay. So this is the ROC. In the next lecture, we will try to find some Z transform for the discrete time signal and also try to calculate some Z transform. Then we will more clear about the ROCs of the given signal in Z domain. So till now, thank you very much. Bye bye.